to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Rebels just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The give to the single back. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain, and they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the play fake on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Newton. Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense. Like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. On the run deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Rebels are marching down the field. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to throw, it's Newton. Dances away to buy time. Headed to the end zone. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
Man, what a nice run by the QB. Great job exploding, getting upfield, and then smartly getting out of bounds. And man, how hard is it to stop an offense with a guy at the quarterback spot that's so dynamic?
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Trying to pound their way in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Butler. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. To the air on first down. Here's a hit. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
The Volunteers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Might be changing the route. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Caught, close to the marker, it's back. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Looking downfield on first down. Finds a spot in the middle. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Vols want to crank the tempo.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there, work in the middle of the field.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. How
in the world did the offense retain possession?
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the ball's loose in the backfield. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Hunt is on its way. Hauls it in at the 25. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Hands it off. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Off play action. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. A tremendous play to make the interception, and then the return takes him close to the 50-yard line.
And that's the problem when you're living in 2nd and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a huge interception.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And the Volunteers in the hurry-up. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A 3rd and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. Margin ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown ball.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your
game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Mountain West. Iowa is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Niall Kinnick among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UNLV. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
And the Rebels can really attack on this second and short. They think there's room to run to the right here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him. He can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
To the air, it's Newton. Firing to the right, complete. At midfield, he's got room. Hits the accelerator to the right. He's at the tip, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it out. It's Butler. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Going right to work up top. Got a man. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On the move, he fires. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Ooh, that's one of those where you're breathing a big sigh of relief. That ball could have been intercepted, and worse, could have been intercepted and housed, but offense caught a little bit of a break. Nice play by the defense, but the offense glad to punt in this situation if they want to punt.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it, basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Looking downfield, it's Newton. Steps away to find some room. Gets rid of it. Right on the money. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That QB is absolutely going to buy all the hog mollies up front of steak dinner tonight. My goodness, when you have that much time in the pocket, I think I could be successful. And I don't even like quarterbacks or want to play quarterback.
down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. It's complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's back. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. And the Vols want to move quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Up-tempo for the offense. Lost the throw again. Here's the pressure. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. The Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. It is a maxim of Tennessee football that you must be physical.
Physical. It's this kind of people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want to do the dirty work. They're willing to do the dirty work, and you love it when your team has a bunch of grinders, a bunch of physical guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys that want to work.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's such a difficult thing to ask your quarterback, to run the RPO, stick it in the belly of the running back, turn, throw it really, really quickly. And you could tell, maybe rushed it a little bit too much, and that was the reason it was an inaccurate throw.
They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Fourth and goal from the 4, and look at this. The offense still on the field. They'll go for it. He wants to change this route. They want to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Volunteers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you can tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, no, no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. Here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Bringing the heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
That last incompletion brings up a third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Sets up the screen. Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Making side adjustments here. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Rebels will kick it away to crank up the second half. Coming out with it, it's Butler. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So here is the Tennessee offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half. So now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And the Volunteers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Gonna swing it on second down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Under fire. And the missed connection on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He tries to take the top off. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Good timing on the quick out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
To the ground with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
If they're able to make that pick, they're wiping points off the board. But because he dropped it, now it's 4th down. And, of course, they're still in field goal range with an opportunity to score 3.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. I know they put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly, that scoreboard.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. But early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's the handoff. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Newton. Here comes the heat. Finds a trace at the 20. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. And the Rebels will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Gives him the big stiff arm. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Nice move there. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. He might want another play. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up, and this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
And the Vols trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The Volunteers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block them. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The Vols will hustle to the line. Trying to barge their way in. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Now on second and goal. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Rides to back and leaves it. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on third down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Quarterback may change this route. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on fourth and goal. They'll try to pass their way in. He will not get it. A fourth down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. They'll give it to the back. There he goes. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
And this offense does it again on third down. They have been so elite on third down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
The Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking for a huge play. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Here's a heat. Dumps it off in the flats. Turns it on in midfield. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Rebels have this offense rolling. Wide receiver going in motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
So now it's second and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They go to the ground. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at third and long.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last two plays. Let's see if they go up top on third and 10. To the air, it's Newton. Buys a little time. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job holding on to that football really tight at the end of the run. You got to understand the situation. You're up. It's the fourth quarter. I want to keep that clock moving, but more importantly, I can't turn it over. I got to make sure I wrap it up. Really good job by the QB there.
The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop. And that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
To throw, it's Newton. Throws to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Takes it back to the 26-yard line as they come up with a big interception there.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Heaves it on the run. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
The offense changing the play. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that fourth down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it. Throws toward the end zone. And it's intercepted in the end zone. No, he's out of bounds. Oh, so close to stopping the drive with a turnover in the end zone.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll run play action. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bradley. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And the Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Under fire. Pass rush gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Quarterback extends the play. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Finds his back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 3rd. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And the Vols are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Volunteers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. From the gun, the running back has it. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the... And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tennessee!
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Gets the back moving. looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And runs through another one. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Rush is on him. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the wildcat. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Back to throw, it's Newton. Lets it fly deep downfield. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time